So today I'm going to talk about the future tense, or el futuro in español. You use this when you are talking about something in the future. The literal translation is that someone will do something, plus the word, whatever word you're using, will change the meaning, obviously. It is very easy to form, especially compared to the present and the imperfects and the preterite, because with this one, all you have to do is add these endings directly to the infinitive. So this is exactly the same as the conditional tense, except for their different endings. So if you're familiar with the conditional tense, the future tense will become very easy to you as well. So here are the endings. They're as, a, hemos, es, han. So you should probably write these endings down so you can memorize them. And if you don't understand the configuration of this chart or what it means, what the order means, you should probably check our Spanish conjugation video. I believe it's titled Spanish Conjugations and Common Pronouns or something like that, so that you can understand what this means and how it is used in conjugating Spanish verbs. So it is important to note that there is no accent on the nosotros form of the future tense. So on the hemos, there is no accent, but for everything else there is. So that's a very important thing to remember as you're conjugating these verbs. Okay, so now I'm going to show you a few examples. So hablar is to talk, and when you conjugate this into the future tense, for the yo form, it is hablaré, I will talk, and hablarás in the to form, you will talk. Escribir is to write. In the he, she form, the él, ella form, it is escribirá, he will write. And in the nosotros, the we, it's escribiremos, we will write. Comer means to eat. Comeráis is you all will eat. Comerán is they will eat. So in Spanish, there are some irregulars, not quite as many as there are in English, but the good thing about the future tense irregulars is that it's very easy to remember once you just memorize this small list of irregular verbs. So many of the verbs use replacement stems that are not the infinitive, so you use these in place of these in this instance. But these verbs are still conjugated the exact same way. So, whenever you see the word caber, you use cabra instead whenever you're conjugating in the future or the conditional tense. Haber goes to abra, poder goes to podra, querer goes to quer, and I apologize, I cannot roll my R's very well, but of course you would roll your R's here. Saber goes to sabra, poner goes to pondra, salir, saldrá, tener, tendrá, valer, valdrá, venir, vendrá, decir, dir, hacer, har. So in this situation, you simply add the endings onto these stems, and you will have your future tense or conditional tense verb if you use the other set of endings. Remember, though, that if the verb is not on this list, any other verb, you will simply use the infinitive, so this word. But for this small list, you use this word in place of the infinitive. And keep in mind that these are not really words. They're just a piece of a word, and it's something to help you remember so that you can keep it in your mind when you are conjugating in the future in the conditional tense. Okay, so here's a practice. You should pause the video in just a moment so that you can go ahead and write these down, and then write down the conjugations of these verbs and for these subjects that are in parentheses. In just a moment, I'm going to remove the sticky notes so that you can see the answers. You should pause the video here so you can test your knowledge and be sure that you'll understand what I have explained. Okay, I'm going to reveal the answers now. I apologize for the blurry nature of this photograph, but the answers are here, and I'm going to go through them with you. So for estudiar in the L form, it would be estudiará. And hacer for nosotros, it's haremos. So as you can see, here's the difference between the regular and the irregular verbs. So estudiar is just the direct infinitive with the addition of the ending. So he will study. For this one, it has a different stem. It does not have hacer, but instead it has ar. And keep in mind that hemos, the nosotros form of of future tense verbs, never has an accent, so keep that in mind as well. And haremos means we will make, we will do. Poder for nuestro hermano. So this is kind of a trick question, but nuestro hermano is just el. So it would have the same ending, and this is also an irregular verb, so it would be podrá, and that means our brother will be able to. So tener in the yo form is tendré, because this also is an irregular verb, and that means I will have. Querer for nosotros is queremos, and once again I apologize, I'm not very good at rolling my R's. And that means we will want. So we will want. Queremos. Amar for the to form is amarás. You will love. Gustar for vosotros is gustaréis. And that is you all will like. Or yes, you all will like. And I apologize, this is a little difficult to read. It is an E-I-S with an accent over the E. So E-I-S. The ending there. Salir for ellos is saldrán. And once again, that's an irregular. And that means they will leave. Poner in the yo form is pondré. And that means I will put. Valer in the to form is valdrás. So you will be worth. Escribir for ellas is escribirán, and that means they, which is the feminine form of they, will write. Correr for vosotros is correréis, and that is you all will run. Bailar for la chica is bailará, so the girl will dance. So now I'm going to quickly explain the second way to write the future tense, and this is much more informal, and it literally means someone is going to do something. So this is a form that we use a lot in English, and it's much more personal, less formal than the way that we just learned. So if you were writing a job application or an essay, you would want to avoid using this version of the future tense. So this isn't really its own tense at all, but it's good to know. So you conjugate the appropriate form of ir for the appropriate subject. So yo voy, tú vas, él va, nosotros vamos, vosotros vais, ellos van, and then you simply add a, which means to in Spanish, and the infinitive of the verb. So just the main verb that you have, the infinitive always ends in er, ir, ar. So here are some examples. So for hablar, for the yo, it's voy a hablar. For to, it's vas a hablar. Comer, it's vais a comer, van a comer. Escribir is va a escribir, vamos a escribir. For nosotros. So here's a quick practice. It's very simple. You just need to know how to conjugate ir in the present tense for this example. You could also conjugate ir in past tenses if you'd like to change the meaning of this kind of tense to talk about a past future, if that makes sense. So you should pause the video here and write this down so you can answer it, and go ahead and pause the video. I'm going to reveal the answers now. Okay, so for tomar in the nosotros form, it's vamos a tomar. For tirar in the yo form, it's voy a tirar. So we are going to take, we are going to ingest, and I'm going to throw. Comer for él is va a comer. He is going to eat. Poder for ellos is van a poder. They are going to be able to. Hacer for vosotros is vais a hacer, which is that you all are going to do, you all are going to make. Salir for to is vas a salir, and that means you all are going to leave. Or you are going to leave. I apologize, it is not plural. So there's the end of my explanation of the two future tenses, the official future tense and then the more informal future tense that you can use with your friends. So I hope this helps, and I hope that you have a great voyage learning the Spanish language. Let me know if you have any questions, or if you'd like or if there's something specific you'd like for me to explain. You can leave it in the comments below. So thank you guys very much, and I hope you enjoy.